Veno jungle is here. It is official. This is no, I'm kidding. This is going to be a video on Veno Offlane. This is one of the best offlaners right now, if not the best. I personally think this hero is ridiculous in pubs. And now I want to ask you guys a question. Can Spectre jungle 8 minutes into a game? 7 minutes into the game to make it even harder on him? Can Spectre jungle? No! It takes him forever. It's brutally slow. So what happens if a Spectre has to jungle 7 or 8 minutes into the game? Well, the answer is he loses in 22 minutes. But in all seriousness, this guide I'm going to give you here on Veno today is brutally easy to follow. It is extremely easy to follow. The playstyle is simple, the execution is easy, and therefore, as long as you listen and implement every little step, I know you will gain MMR. Also, if you guys want to get some in-depth knowledge and content, make sure you go sign up to the gameleap website. I create content there basically every single day. I've been aiming for a video every single day, like of my own. There are other pros who create content as well, so basically you're getting one video from me every day, or a video from pro every single day, or 2 videos a day. And that doesn't include YouTube posts, right? It's not like we just only post our YouTube content there, right? It is up over there, but you're gonna get such good content, such in-depth stuff. I've even had someone message me on Discord recently saying, "Oh, Speed, I'm shocked. There's so much original and content over there." I'm like, yeah, we put in a lot of work to make sure that GameLeap is not, just some meme, right? I know GameLeap is literally just a meme sometimes, but it really isn't. There's so much value there. In fact, I think we could charge $50 a month for it, and I would still think it's worth it, which maybe it's just me being biased, GameLeap for life, But yeah, go sign up right now, click the link down below, and I hope to see you guys there. So let's start right off with the starting item build that he has. So he has a Circlet, 2 branches, a Fairy Fire, and this is going to help out with Veno's very low base damage, 6 Tangos, and a Mango, right? Just kind of a nice balance between items. Really big fan of this on Veno. Then the 2 items he's going to buy after that is actually a Bracer, which just makes you very hard to go on, right? It makes you very hard to just kill. The HP regen makes you very, very tanky, and the damage is solid, right? 5 damage in total over the 3+ damage, and 2 agility is solid on Veno. So I really think Bracer is fantastic. Funny enough, agility and intelligence offlaners. I know that can sound crazy, but yeah, it's actually pretty good, just for the fact that it makes you tanky and gives you damage now. So getting into the laning stage, what you want to do as Veno is pick it with some sort of a tiny. I'll give you guys a quick list of heroes that you can pick it with. There's even more that I'm going to give you, but here's a couple. Earthshaker, Tusk, Tiny, Treant, Earth Spirit. You guys kind of see the route I'm giving here? It's basically any sort of hero that can frontline and set up for the Veno. Veno's biggest weakness of a hero is that he can get gun on at level 1, he's pretty easy to gank, 280 movement speed, and low HP. He's very easy to actually kill if you get on top of him, so Tiny and Treant and heroes like Tusk prevent that, right? They're really good at preventing that. And he lacks catch in the mid game. All of those heroes also give you catch in the mid game. So yeah, hopefully you guys kind of see the vibe with those sort of picks. It really makes your laning stage really easy. Now, getting into the laning stage, let's see what he does. So, the first thing you want to do is sort of just body people off the wave. Now, with the help of the Tiny here, he's going to get some Poison Sting stacks, and this is very important what he does here. So, pay attention to snaking. He hits the Spectre, right? He backs up, hits him again because the Spectre slightly oversteps, but you can see he continues to attack backwards because Veno doesn't want to get caught up in the creep wave. Remember, he's slow, and he's not a melee hero. You don't have that built-in stout shield, right? So it is very important when you are hitting people as Veno, unless they are brutally low, that you move backwards, right? It's very, very important. You can even see in this small clip here where he's tanking the range creep, it actually takes about 100 HP in damage, considering he has a Tango going. So just be careful about overextending. In the early levels, it's more about zoning. Only hit them if they step up. Don't chase people. Other than that, you just obviously need to get pretty good at last hitting your heroes bad damage. So, when you have the Bracer, it's 55, not terrible. But yeah, it's kind of just something you're going to have to work on. I recommend you go into Lasted Trainer and kind of just get the animation down, as Veno's is a bit trippy. It's kind of slow and it's just hard. And now once Veno hits level 3, this is when the lane becomes impossible. It's already hard for the Spectre, but level 3 is the crazy power spike of Poison Sting. It goes up in duration by 50%, which is a big deal, right? Just means they are constantly poison stung. It doubles the damage, which is the most notable part, and increases the slow as well. The level 2 point in Poison Sting is insane. You can see the Spectre was trying to dodge his toss, right? That entire time while he's trying to dodge the toss, he's just getting shredded by the Veno, right? He's just getting absolutely demolished. and there's nothing he can do about it, right? And you might be saying, oh, speed, but the Spectre has a position 5 pudge, like, isn't that the reason? Slightly. I will give you slightly, because let's say it's a CM, or, you know, an AA. I don't think the lane will be much better. It will be slightly better, you know, a hero like Undying or Bane or Lich or Chen could help the Spectre a lot more than a pudge. I'm not denying that, guys. I'm not out of my mind, as much as it might seem like it. But yeah, the pudge, you know, he can't do anything to help the Spectre, and most supports, frankly, can't, as Spectre dies for the first time. And this is really just how the lane's going to continue to go down. You want to pick up Boots as your second item, as he actually gets hooked here. It doesn't really matter, though. With 1 Poison Sting, the Spectre can't track him down. But the reason why you want to buy Boots is you just want to prevent people from getting on top of you, and you also want to be able to catch up to them. Pretty simple reasoning. And yeah, now the game's kind of just over. Veno's level 4.5 when the Spectre is level 3 because he has 9 denies and a kill, and most importantly, the Spectre's game is absolutely over. With 1 Gale and some decent positioning, there's nothing Spectre can do. He just has to hit, run away, hit, move, move. And as long as you rinse, repeat, you'll be able to bully them out of the lane. Even if he doesn't end up killing him here, which he doesn't, it doesn't matter, right? The goal is a slow chip, right? Do not dive and overcommit for kills on Veno. If you do, I will hate you. And so yeah, let's move on, only because this is literally all you have to do is Veno. You Gale them at level 2, you take Poison Sting at level 3, and level 1, and yeah, that's literally about it. Like, as long as you don't overextend, and you get good CS, and you pick it with some sort of like lane dominator, you're chilling, right? You are hard chilling. Now moving on towards the 7-minute mark, let's just get into his map rotations and how he views, you know, like the mid-ish portion of the game. It's still the laning stage, but Veno typically lanes for a long time, and this is the game plan you want to have. What the game plan is if they can't kill your Plague Wards, you want to use level 3 and level 4 Plague Wards to siege this tier 1 mid tower, right? You can see he's even placing one here to give vision. He's going to place one under the tower to give even more vision. Could even put it deeper in the trees here, just in case of a potential TP. But this is about what you do. You place Plague Wards, you stay far back, and you watch the minimap to see if the mid laner is ganking you. Now, there is a point in time where you actually can't really siege the tower anymore. In this case, he doesn't want to feed the Spectre too much XP, too much Plague Wards. So what he's doing is he's actually just going to back off in jungle. And so anytime you feel like you can't take the tower or they can deal with your Plague Wards, what you want to do instead is exactly what Snake King does here. I think I even forgot to mention this is Snake King, but it is. And they're going to pull over to camp, take a stack here, and get huge, right? His level is going to absolutely skyrocket, and yeah, he's not going to TP to the mid fight, right? Very, very simple game plan. You guys kind of get the gist. It's stay in your lane, place down wards, get the tower if you can. If you can't, farm the nearby camp, rinse, repeat, and yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Also, skip your ulti at 6. Do not take that trash ability. You should be playing around your wars and Poison Sting 100%. Now, the next thing you want to do after you've taken this bottom tower, well, in this case, he kind of just leaves early. It's a bit weird, but I guess he is just banking on his Plague Wards getting on the last hit. But what you want to do is you want to typically go mid. Now, let's say you have a Medusa farming mid and it's a very slow-paced game. You can just stay bottom, right? If your team's chilling and they don't want to make any plays, or you have an Alk and you don't need to defend the mid tower, like the enemy team's not ganking, which is very common in, you know, low to medium MMR pubs, then don't do anything. You can just stay bottom, or you can go to your triangle and farm Ancients. It's totally fine to just slow down the pace of the game. However, if your team wants to play fast, what you should do is instantly shift towards this mid-tier 1 tower. Also, this can be good if your team has greedy heroes that specifically, you know, can be ganked by the enemy team. Maybe the enemy team wants to play fast, because you're going to draw the attention away from them. Now, in this case, that's not what happens, so he gets the mid-tier 1 for free, but hey, that's a pretty good trade-off. And then finally, to end off the match, as he snipes off the courier, and I know you're saying, Speed, end off the match. Yeah, this is a 22-minute game. What he's going to do is take over the triangle. And now, even if he gets ganked, it's going to waste an absurd amount of time from the enemy team. And I mean that. They are going to waste an insane amount of time. And he can literally be the god tier Veno jungle that I've said so many times is just so good. And look what he's doing here. Taking away farm from the enemy team. They can't make any rotations, right? They can't go through the jungle. He can scout out the Rubik here, right? Slow him down. The Rubik's just trying to get into the fight. And what does Rubik do? You pop the Veil on him, and he slowly dies. It's really disgusting how this hero works. You just plant yourself in a lane and don't leave, right? Please don't gank. Please don't TP around the map. Don't TP to save people. Control areas. If you control areas, you will get farmed and you will shut down farm, right? This is something I also stressed on a recent Abaddon video I made for the website. I don't think it's out yet, but that will be coming out soon, so keep your eyes out for that if you sign up for the website. If you didn't, well, go sign up now. But I talk about the same or a very similar concept on Abaddon. I give some other examples so you guys can really see what I'm talking about, but it is controlling areas. That's how you win and shut down Dota maps. You see how they're cutting the wave? By doing this, the top lane will never be shoved, it's never going to be a problem, right? And they're getting very farmed. It's just good in two different ways. And now as they win another fight, I just want to kind of reiterate what I was saying about the game plan. If your team can play aggressive, feel free to take over the mid lane, the bottom lane, take over their triangle like Snake King did here. But if your team is not doing well and you feel like you'll just insta-die when doing that, don't be afraid to go to your triangle. But what I want you guys to do is view Veno as another core, right? Basically, your second safe laner that can take dangerous farm, right? And you might be saying, Speed, isn't that what the offlaner is? A lot of people don't look at it that way, right? A lot of players look at the offlaner as purely the space creator, right? Getting net worth as an offlaner is a bad thing, but I definitely want to change that stigma for a lot of people. Now let's quickly talk about why Plague Wards are just so broken in my opinion. They just do so many different things, and even if the game is more even and it's not a 22-minute stomp like it is here, what Veno does, and the reason why the hero has like a 55-56% win rate right now, is it just gives vision. Vision is everything in mid-game Dota. It really, really is. You hear analysts talk about it constantly on the panel saying, oh, they picked this Bad Rider or they picked this Beastmaster to win the Vision game, right? Or they'll say, oh, I don't know if they can keep up with the Vision game. I think they're going to have a hard time controlling wards, things like that, right? And Veno is just the best at it. There's really no hero that is better at giving vision than Veno. I really, really believe that. Plague Wards are a zero risk way of just scouting out ganks and scouting high grounds and oh my god, that deny. And the most important thing is they also kill people. Like if a support gets locked on by 3 Veno wards as they try to enter a fight, they're probably just gonna slowly die or at least take half of their health. And finally, these wards cancel blink daggers. The poison sting doesn't, to be clear. Right, Veno's W does not cancel blink dagger. The Gale does, but the W does not. However, it doesn't matter, you know, you're still gonna chip them down, you're slowing them, and the Plague Wards will cancel it, right? The Plague Wards are what will naturally just cancel out the blink daggers by these constant pokes. So if you're playing against a Shaker, or you're playing against a Bat Rider, or an Enigma, on a 5-second cooldown, you can ruin their ability to fight. Like, think about that. On a 5-second cooldown, they can't do anything. And that's what he's doing here as he gets a really nice ulti. Great combo by the Tiny as well, as he continues to farm. As you can see, 185 CS by minute 18. Actually, 190 almost at this point. And so please, if you're going to play Veno, do I necessarily recommend going Sanjin Yasha? This is definitely an interesting take by Snake King. I kind of like it though. Makes you very, very tanky, makes you very strong, hard to kill, as you can see in this Veno clip with the Essence Ring. But yeah, just get big. Alright, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you go give Veno a try. I think this hero is so strong right now, as long as you execute him in the way that I've been describing in today's video. Otherwise, you're just going to be that typical level 8 Veno that suicides down a lane without creating any space. You know, if you die and you create space, great. But I feel like most Venos, they're just like level 8 at minute 15 and feeding down a lane. But if you play like Snake King and you focus on your farm and creating space when needed, you will snowball and gain MMR. So thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one, and peace. Before you leave, just want to say a quick message. If you're trying to get better at Dota or you just enjoyed that video, I know this is pretty general, and you're going to hear this quite a bit from me, but I recommend you sign up to gameleap.com. Why? Because I put a lot of effort into the content over there, and generally the effort I do there is different from the content you're going to see here on YouTube. It is different. In fact, I usually go a lot more in depth on topics or into niche topics that help you get to the next level even faster, because on YouTube, I often have to keep it more mainstream, and that's even why I'm putting it at the end of this YouTube video. That's why this is at the end, because a lot of people just watch 5 minutes, they skip through just for like the dopamine spike. But if you are interested in actually getting better at Dota, I recommend you go to the description down below, get your discount right now by clicking the link, sign up, use the discount code that you're gonna see there, and I hope to see you there right now, so click it, and yeah, thanks for watching.